Hi guys, back from Pax Europiana. This is Günther speaking. I'm here in my hometown Linz. That's the country, the city where Hitler was going to school. I will be very close here actually, was going to school here. And we really know something about fascism in Linz, unfortunately. It's a historic legacy Linz will always live with, and we have to bear a heavy burden. And we know fascism when we see it. And I think it's very clear that Russia is now a fascist dictatorship. The language Mr. Putin is using in 2022 is one-to-one. And trust me, we really know about these things here in Austria. It's one-to-one from the fascist script, from the talking points of Hitler. Many people will not have listened to Hitler, and it's much better not to. But if you are historically interested, a lot of people, and in Linz you do that, I did it. I know exactly how he talked. I know exactly what he said. And I can confirm 100% Putin is a fascist. He is a fascist, and he's a very dangerous fascist. But we have to treat him as well exactly like that terrible dictator. He will end up the same way as well. But we have not to be afraid of him, because we were able also to defeat Adolf Hitler. And the West, America, of course, in an alliance. And we have to also make sure that we are not afraid and paralyzed. So in the case of Ukraine, what does it mean? We should not be afraid of nuclear escalation, because it will not happen, because we have this mutually assured destruction. This is absolutely, we are living safely under the American nuclear umbrella, and this will save us as well in this crisis. Additionally, it's very important to understand that we are in a situation where Russia cannot even win the war in Ukraine. How can anybody think that Russia will win a World War III or even start a World War III? They have their maximum of their military capacity, the prime of their forces deployed in Ukraine, and they are losing. I have now made a tweet, it got a lot of traction, and I would like to make it again clear. They cannot even win in Ukraine. And we, as the collective West of NATO, EU and all the coordinating, we are basically 20, if not 25 times bigger, if you count everybody in, bigger than economically. And ultimately a war is decided by the industrial fiscal potential of a nation. So there is no way Russia can win a world war, neither militarily, nor politically, nor industrially, nor fiscally. So why we are so afraid? And our fear leads to this massive paralyzation which we face now, especially in Germany and Austria. And with these instruments Germany has in NATO and EU, it's of course, and the role, it's paralyzing NATO and EU. And we leave our Ukrainian friends alone. This is a complete tragedy. This is unbelievable tragedy. Austria is unfortunately assisting here by not stopping the energy imports. And this has all to come now next week, because next week is the summit of decision making. And the result must be a boycott of Russia in all trade and energy issues. It must also the isolation of Russia to minimize, if it would be best to send all the ambassadors home, but at least bringing them the ambassadors out, and not to break completely the diplomatic relation, but to freeze it. That must be coming. And also military intervention in Ukraine. Because if Russia has nothing to do in Ukraine, there is no reason. If they can intervene in Ukraine, why can we not? There is no logical reason for that. And they think it's not their playground or their kind of territory.